Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cyber Pro podcast, where we ask our leaders 5 questions in about 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. So let's get started. Leandro, I'm excited to have you on. We had a great conversation a couple weeks ago. Who are you and what do you do?
Cool. Well, thank you for asking and thank you for having me here, Rick. So I am the VP of Developer Relations at a company called UnifyID. And what we do is everything that has to do with behavioral biometrics. And one of the more particular things that we focus on is motion-based behavioral biometrics. We can uniquely identify and authenticate a person based on the way they move, walk, and their behaviors. So the beauty of that is that we can actually bring a very high quality authentication without having to do anything extra that you wouldn't normally do. So it creates almost magical experiences that are completely frictionless.
That's wonderful. Could you give me one use case that you're looking forward to using this for?
Well, anything that has to do, for example, with physical access, right now, if you want to go into an apartment complex, if you want to go into a car, if you want to go into through a door in a facility or e-commerce, there are some apps that will let you do that, but you either have to pull the phone up, use some kind of traditional biometric like face or fingerprint, but that's already adding friction, and you need to have the phone in your pocket, in your hand. Versus imagine you're just walking around, you don't even have to take the phone out of your pocket, and based on different proximity things like a beacon, it will recognize that you're there, and then it will really know who you are because we can do all that in the background, and the door will just magically unlock because it recognizes who it is behind the device. It's you, and it lets you in.
Helps me when I'm carrying all my groceries because I hate I hate not getting them all in one pull, right? So question number two ish. What's the best thing about being a technology leader?
So the reality is that we used to think about technology as like another industry or another vertical. The reality is like everything is tech now. It's fintech, health tech, insure tech. So the reality is that we have a lot of opportunities everywhere, and specifically in cyber. And I think this probably goes into the next question. But the reality is, even during the pandemic, we've seen how we have advanced in terms of digital transformation, like 6 to 10 years from where we were before. And a lot of people are working remotely, and will continue working remotely at least for part of the week. And it shows a lot of the vulnerabilities along the system that could be easily helped with some more secure authentication and some good workflows in the middle.
That does lead to the third question. Everybody's talking about cybersecurity. It's the buzzword. It's what everybody's top of mind concern is. But what does that mean to you?
So for me, it means the ability to be able to do what we need to do in a safe and secure way, and hopefully with the least friction possible. So before, it used to be like, if you care about security, it's I don't care about the additional friction I'm bringing. It's all in the name of security. But there's always a trade-off because you will have a lot of dropout and bad conversion rates if you keep adding friction. So there's always a trade-off between how secure you want to make something and how seamless or what kind of user experience you want to have. And what behavioral biometrics can bring, and motion-based behavioral biometrics, is it can actually hack that trade-off. You can add security, and you can actually have a seamless experience as well.
So in your situation, you're actually providing more security for the business case without actually making me have to do more work.
Correct. We can add security just by you being you, by you being authentic, by you being just the way you are, and how you behave and how you move. We can tell that it's you.
Nice. So question number four, what is a piece of insight that you'd like to share with the folks that watch the podcast, with other leaders?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different insights that we can share, but well, I mean, the main insight that I think I can share, it's behavioral biometrics is real, and there's enough that is unique about you to uniquely identify you. And I know that may sound creepy on one hand, but on the other hand, it's actually exciting because then we can create experiences that are uh, customized and tailored to you, and that are also secure without having to add more friction in your life.
What if I'm a really good actor? Can I
even
copy
even if
someone?
you're a really good actor, We have tried it. We there have been experiments with twins and other things. Even your behavior cannot. There's some layers of your behavior that cannot easily be imitated. Some of them can, but not all of them. And the beauty of that is like the reality is like there's no silver bullet in cybersecurity. But if you add more factors, it's much harder to actually fake that, right? I mean, if you add not only that you are where you are in the days that you usually are there, plus also how you move, plus also how you walk, plus also what Wi-Fi networks are around you, what Bluetooth connections are around you. Yeah, the only other person that will have a lot of them is the people that live in your household. But even then, they move and walk in a different way.
It's fascinating. So then, fifth and final question for you. What's your favorite piece of retro technology that makes you smile?
So you're probably gonna laugh about this, but I love cassettes. I have a cassette player, and there's something about just similar to how it used to be to going to a blockbuster. I think there's something nice about the sense of discovery, just going through the tapes and choosing what you're gonna what you're gonna listen to, and it doesn't take the 45 minutes that it takes you on Netflix to choose something.
What was your first tape that you ever owned? Do you remember that?
Oh yes, it is. I can tell you. So I'm originally from Argentina, and my first tape was Queen Greatest Hits 2.
That's not a bad album. It's better than mine. Mine was Debbie Gibson. No judgment zone here, but I would rather listen to Queen at this point. Leandro, thank you so much. You did it more than 5 questions in less than 9 minutes. This is the Cyber Pro podcast. Anything else you want to add?
Come check us out, unify.id.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too.